What do you want? Oh, sorry. I thought it was someone else. Yeah, no. Yeah, hey man, how's it going? Sorry, I thought it was someone. I just thought it was those blonde.
I thought it was the wrong room.
I thought it was those blonde girls again, man. I just was trying to talk.
Groupies in Africa, eh? You know what it is, your Access Entertainment, Cassia D Nova, out here at the Cape Town Comedy. Well, one of the greats, I gotta say, you funny. Phil.
Thanks, man.
How you doing?
Coronavirus.
Oh. You know what? I think I'm lucky.
Yeah.
I don't think black people catch it.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I don't think
no,
so.
they're telling people that in the States.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They're telling people that in the States.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
Otherwise, how's your stay so far?
Yeah, oh man, it's been great.
Yeah?
It's my second time here, my third time to South Africa,
Oh, wow.
and yeah, having a great time.
Yeah, so you've been here.
Yeah, man. But now we're in Artscape.
Yeah, definitely.
Artscape.
Yeah. So what do you think in terms of South Africa and the audience?
Oh man, they've been great this time as well. Well, the last time I did it, I performed on the Danger Zone.
Yeah.
Which was
I heard you. You're like, I should be on the Danger Zone.
Which is a bit looser, well, not looser, but like livelier.
Yeah.
Not livelier. That's not the right word. It's a bit. I could be a bit looser and livelier. Not the show.
Yeah.
But I've found the audiences in the main room here really.
Your energy is amazing on stage. It's like you're doing something like, and that reminds me of one of my favorites ever in terms of stand-up is Robin Williams.
Robbie Williams. Robbie Williams from
Robin Williams,
the singer. Just call me Angel instead. Okay.
He's a great singer, by the way.
No, we couldn't tell there.
Well, yeah.
I love Robin Williams. Did you see that Robin Williams meeting Coco the gorilla?
Yeah.
And then you saw that, but then a year later, when Robin Williams died, they went back to Coco the gorilla and told her that he was dead.
Wow.
And she was really upset.
Wow.
Have you seen that? Check it out on YouTube, man.
Yeah,
it's really they show. She calls him Funny Man. She just speaks to say the Funny Man. They said Funny Man's dead, and she like goes out. She comes back and goes, Funny Man's dead.
Yeah.
She goes out and she's really just like you can just see the.
Wow.
Oh no! And why did they tell the gorilla that?
Wow. That's true.
Hey, let's upset the gorilla.
Yeah, she didn't really.
Coco.
She didn't need to know it.
Coco did not need to know.
That's true. And I gotta ask you, edgy comedy, right?
Yeah.
Now, in this era of comedy, people are kind of like sensitive. Like when I grew up, like comedians could say absolutely anything.
Sure.
How do you deal with that?
Well, I don't know. I deal with it on a very personal level.
Yeah.
My feeling about material is everything's funny. Anything could be funny.
Yeah.
Any subject could be funny. You know, even and I think it's our job as comedians to go look into the dark the recesses of the human mind. Yeah. I think younger comedians sometimes misstep and make people upset, or people are triggered by words and all sorts of things that happen right now. But I think it comes down to you know personally when you're a centered human being. I mean, it's not really a great defense, but I think that if you and I were alone and weren't filming, I know you're pretty centered and I'm pretty centered, so we might make the very off-color remark that would crack us up because it's an off-color remark and we know that's why we were making it. But if we did it in front of an audience, it might go wow, and miss it. So you really, I think, context, time, and place. But for me, the most important thing is my stuff comes from a place of joy, and I am centered about it. So if I'm making fun of someone or being cruel or something like that, I definitely don't mean to hurt or offend in any way.
Yeah, and talking about that, do you think that comedians should have like a sense of responsibility when doing their craft?
No, it reminds me of like when was it Dennis Rodman or Charles Barkley and just went, why basketball players should not be role models, and comedians we're not role models, are we? Comedians were meant to be.
That's true. That's what rappers say.
Well, politicians should be role models, and they're the worst. So no, they are. They're criminals. Politicians, criminals, thieves, crooks, liars, scandalous, embezzlers, everything. And
Yeah.
comedians just tell jokes and get in trouble from those people
Yeah.
who are trying to put the thumb on everyone. So, yeah, I think I didn't go out there to be people's role model.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like I've got a children's album out that I've
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
protect.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw a couple of topics, right?
Okay.
And you can just give me your response.
Okay.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Well, man, it's been done. You know.
Yeah.
Trump's been done to death. Yeah, I can't tell whether he's an evil genius or
Yeah.
an absolute moron, but probably maybe both. Because to be an evil genius, you kind of have to have no sense of other people.
That's true.
He doesn't really seem to have a sense of other people. However, there are millions of people in the States who would disagree with me, who think that he's speaking for them, and maybe he's just not on my team.
Yeah. Bill Cosby.
Hey,
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby, he touched me. Bill Cosby touched me.
Well,
I used to listen to Bill Cosby growing up. It's really
Yeah.
funny. I was raised in this quite strict Christian family household. My mom and dad are born again Christians, and they're still together, like they're in their 90s and 80s, and Bill Cosby was one of the few secular things that they let us listen to because it was so keen. The Bill Cosby, the animated show.
Yeah.
But this is the thing we're talking about, though. This ties into what we're talking about. People that tend to be the most vocal about being righteous and being conscious and doing all that stuff are usually the last people actually acting on it. So people are,
say
the
politicians,
Catholic Church,
yeah.
politicians, whereas the people that are talking nasty and swear and have a real understanding of life tend to be a bit more trustworthy. I think they've even proven that in scientific experiment. People that swear a lot are more trustworthy.
Yeah.
So fuck everybody else.
That's a good note. Beep. Coronavirus. Do you think we're gonna get a
Coronavirus?
cure?
It's coming. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, I think we've got to be careful.
Yeah.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't think it's a globalist cabal trying to shut the earth down.
Yeah.
But it is interesting how people will voluntarily lock themselves inside when there's something like that going around. So it could be a study in crowd control for the powers that be. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now that beyond us.
It could be a distraction too.
It could be a distraction.
Like something huge could be happening, and we just focus
something
on
huge. Yeah, maybe there's an asteroid on its way, and we've only got so long to live, and they think if we keep everyone inside, they'll survive it.
Yeah. Then there's this thing. It's like they've been asking comedians, right? Who is the Mount Rushmore when it comes to you? Who do you think are those 4 comedians that should be up there in terms of the greats?
What do you mean? You want me to pick someone who isn't that great?
No. So basically, your 4 favorite comedians that you put on Mount Rushmore.
Wow.
Who would it be?
Well, 4.
4.
Wow, that's hard.
4
well, there's Billy Connolly, the Scottish.
Yeah.
The great Billy Connolly, the storyteller.
Yeah.
He's been mimicked. In fact, I saw one of your local guys, Robbie Collins, who's an incredibly soft-spoken storyteller who weaves these stories and then brings them back and does this thing. And you can tell that he likes Billy Connolly because he's just an influential person all around. I don't know. I guess Steve Martin.
Steve Martin?
When I was a bit younger, for his when he was doing really really small, like before he got into films and stuff, he had quite a big influence. Like how silly he was and the props, and he plays a bit of banjo and
I've seen some of the footage.
I'm a rambling man. I'm a rambling. And then, but of course, I think for me it was the Canadian sketch troupe Second City TV, which is like John Candy being the main guy, but Eugene Levy, Rick Moranis, who else is in that? Steve Martin's doing a show with them. Anyway, so all those people, Catherine O'Hara, they're all from Canada, SCTV.
I need to check them out.
So I said John Candy was, but they did a sketch troupe first, and then they all became major stars, and Ivan Reitman, who's Canadian, also did Ghostbusters and put them in all his comedy films.
And one more.
Well, that's a group of them, but one more. Well, I'm a big fan of. I got more into comedy, and if you're I mean, the greats tend to, people always go like top 100. It's always recent stuff, the most recent stuff, or stuff from my era. But there's stuff that's happening right now which is brilliant, and there's also really old stuff.
Yeah.
So so let me see. It's hard to choose. Maybe I shouldn't have chosen the people I chose. Who did I choose? Bill
Coley.
Yeah.
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. Yeah. Okay. And the SCTV gang.
Yeah.
I don't know who's had the most influence on me. Who really made me laugh a lot as a kid? Monty Python.
Yeah.
That's pretty. I know most of their sketches, but maybe there was a show called Your Show of Shows.
Yeah.
Which is a black and white American TV show. It was filmed live in a theater, and it had or Woody Allen was when he was.
Oh yeah.
I
love Woody.
When he was 19.
Woody Allen is on mine.
Is he? Well,
Yeah,
Woody
he
Allen
is,
wrote for that show when he was young,
Yeah.
and Carl Reiner was in it, and Rob Reiner,
Yeah.
and it was called Your Show of Shows, and that's.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And I gotta say, you're brilliant.
Thank you, man.
Your stand-up is
Thank
really
you.
amazing. High energy. Like, you gotta see this guy. You know what it is. Your X's Entertainment. Cassidy Nova. We out here.